Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Becoming Supernatural with Reverend Bob Trask. And now, our facilitator, our teacher for the evening, Reverend Bob Trask.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. And I know that there's some new people coming into this class. Welcome aboard. We're glad to see you. I know there's some people from California and some people from Oregon and some people from Bellingham. We love having you with us. We're going to start off as we usually do with the class with a meditation. So if you wouldn't mind just putting your feet flat on the floor and the bottom of your back up against your chair and let yourself relax. And then as you inhale, just inhale through your nose, a nice full breath. No, don't push it too hard. And then let it go after about 3 or 4 seconds, but just let it go by relaxing your body. And as we do that for a few minutes, we'll just fall into a deep meditation. Please do that now. You are drifting quietly, smoothly, flowing on an endless stream of grace. The grace is around you and in you. And the grace is you. You are drifting quietly, smoothly, flowing on an endless stream of grace. The grace is around you and in you. If a thought should come to your mind, just let it drift by as you would a cloud on a sunny day. Let it drift by. And just remain in the peace. The great peace of eternity.
Yeah, I had the Shawn-Suchi syndrome. I went to check YouTube and it cut off the video, or it cut off the audio, rather.
Can you feel now the deep, deep peace within you? Your mother and your father are watching over you. Holding you in their hearts. You're being rocked in grace like a baby in a cradle. The healing power of love is flowing through you. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to come back. When you do come back, bring this sweet, beautiful self with you. You will have 60 seconds. When the music stops in 60 seconds, please return to the class. Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the class that you're about to take, the class that I'm about to take, the class that we're going to take together, the boat that we're going to be riding in down this river. And I start with asking you, what do you want in your life? What do you want? I mean, let's think for a minute that possibly this class could give it to you, but it can't give it to you if you don't know what it is. So what do you want? Do you want a better, fuller life? Better health? More money? Better relationships? I wrote some things down here. Forgive me if I look down to see them. Then I want you to visualize that dream, whatever it is, health, wealth, relationships, peace of mind, joy, your own home, having all your bills paid, a new car. health and peace for a loved one, an end of sorrow and grief for you, whatever that is. I'd like for you to imagine that it is already come true and that you're now feeling the feelings after that. What are the feelings? What would you be feeling if that came true? Because certainly that's the way we create miracles. That's the way we create miracles. You begin by getting a clear vision of what you want to be, to do, to have. A clear vision, clear, unshakable vision that you want, that you desire. And the way you bring that into your life is by surrounding it with the feelings that you'll have once it's accomplished. And when you have that emotion, it reaches out a magnetic pathway to that vision and brings it to you. This class can take you there. This class can take you there. It can take you right up to the doorstep. It can't take you inside the door, but it can take you right up to the doorstep. And then you have to open the door. Why would that be so hard? Because what Dr. Joe's going to challenge you and me to do is to let go of who we think we are, to let that go, to stop being whoever, whatever that is. Because your identity of yourself, who you think you are, what you think you are, is a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of who you truly are. It's like the coat that you're wearing. It's not the essence of you at all. And when you're willing to let that go, then what will happen is something pretty amazing. So I'd like to have you take a minute. We've just got a little while, but take a little time and come forward and excuse me, and share with us your feelings about the class, how you came, why you came. I'm opening up the gallery view so I can see you. Who would like to talk to me?
I'll talk to you, Bob.
Gail Wilson, coming up from Oregon. Thank you, Gail.
I'm here to, I'm following up the placebo class. And I have known you for 40 years. And it was you who first told me about the reason we're here. And that is to experience and express ourselves. And that's what I want to do. I want to grow as a spiritual being. That's why I'm here.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you. Welcome to Canada, incidentally.
Oh, yeah, right. You're good.
Someone else, please.
I'll speak.
Please.
Hi, Bob. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you.
The reason I decided to come to this class is I'm looking for health for myself. I have been told I'm starting to have macular degeneration and cataracts, and I want to learn how to make my body change my genes so I don't have that anymore.
Good for you. Good for you. Have you noticed already the symptoms of macular degeneration?
No, they said it was at a very early stage.
Good.
I have to go back. So I'm not experiencing any problems, but I thought I'm not going to wait. I want to take charge of my health and surprise the doctor when I see him next.
Bless you. We'll make that happen.
Thank you.
Someone else,
I'd like to talk.
please.
I'm Maggie, and this is my first time being here in an online Zoom.
Wow. Welcome aboard,
You
Maggie.
guys. Thanks. I went to a meeting years ago at the church, and I know Melba and my friend Betsy told me about this meeting because I have been doing Dr. Joe from YouTube for the past 3 weeks. I'm doing the pineal gland activation, breathing, and the energy centers. And I would really like to figure out how to let go because I've been trying to figure that out all my life. But I just want to be with same mind people with the same interests in spiritual matters. Spiritual over matter, that is. So,
Bless you, Maggie. Bless you. I can tell you that I've been teaching for many years all around the world, and I've taught in many churches, schools of ministry, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've never found, and I tell you this from the bottom of my heart, I've never found a group of people as spiritually awake as the people at Unity of Vancouver. Why that is, I have no idea, but it's amazing to me, and it feels to me, and I hope, Maggie, that it will feel like this to you. It feels like I've come home. It feels like finally I'm with peers. I'm with people who understand and who are willing to take the next step. It's so beautiful. You're in the right place, my love.
yes, it's already feeling like that. Thank you.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
I could speak.
Please.
My name's Mary. I used to attend in person in Vancouver, but I actually live in Nanaimo. I went and saw the movie What the Bleep the year it came out. I think it was 2003. And I was blown away by the concepts that Dr. Joe Dispenza discussed. And there was one other, I'll get his name at one point, but they were the two that particularly affected me in that movie. And I set the intention as I walked out of the theater, I will meet those people in this lifetime. And I met them 6 weeks later.
Wow.
I just happened to be going to something in California, and I researched them, and they were having a What the Bleep conference, and it was wildly expensive if you tried to go to the whole thing. But I persuaded them to let me just attend one day. So I actually met both Dr. Dispenza and the other man's first name was John. I can't remember the last name at the moment. But they had a really big impact on me at that time. And I think I started attending Unity in Nanaimo after that. But it's gone away from me now. It's been a long time since I've thought about those ideas. I do still think of some of the ideas in terms of manifesting what you want to bring into your life. But I have no recollection as to what they actually said. I remember the feeling, but not the words. So I haven't read this book that we're going to study, but it just felt like the right time to really delve into this. I don't think I have anything specific I want, except a greater sense of spirituality in my life overall. I guess that's what I want. So
That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit.
I don't want much.
You want a spiritual awakening and to become one with the universe. I know.
I mean, I was raised in a traditional religion, and I don't believe the things they taught us anymore. So I was sort of left with nothing.
Yeah,
And that's hard.
I know. I know. we could all raise our hands. So thank you, Mary. Someone else?
There we go. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Hi, Adi.
I'm here because I came across this book, I have the audio, the 3 books, Becoming Supernatural, You're the Placebo, and something about forgetting about who you are. What is it? Well, I forget the name. Overcoming the Habit of Being Yourself. But I thought it was like groundbreaking and amazing, and I started doing the meditations. That was I believe 2 years ago, and then I stopped meditating and the ideas went kind of out of my head. So I believe it's because I never spoke to anyone about it. I just read it on my own and never really shared any of the ideas of the book. So I think there's great power in discussing it and actually verbalizing and going through it with a group. So that's why I'm here. I definitely have not. I've heard this from so many sources, right? And when years back from The Secret, and before that from other books, etc. These ideas of also the power of visualization, the mind, the goal, but I have not put them really to the test. I resist sitting and trying to feel good about something I don't have. It's been like the resistance very often overcomes me, and I've tried so many times that I don't feel anything. Like I have great difficulty in feeling good or imagining and feeling it. And God knows I've tried for years, and one time here, one time there, and I feel like I cannot bring myself to do it, or very rarely. So I resisted. Hopefully through going with this, I'll retake the attempting, right? Sitting down, and even if nothing happens, to keep trying. But the truth is that I attempted it many times and I just stopped doing it.
Audrey,
yeah.
Audrey, you're in the right place. And I want to tell you something, that we have a great history of success. Goes back to a man named Jesus, who everyone or most of the religions pretend that he was the God. But what he kept telling us is that we are all the same as him, and nobody listened because they wanted to create a religion and become popes and et cetera, et cetera. But he said that seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these other things will be added. So what we do is we do what he asked. And this is not a Christian organization, but we believed in Jesus, and we believe in all the rest of the great spiritual leaders, including Buddha too. But what he said was, and what he kept teaching us was, if you'll stop wanting things, and if you'll stop chasing things, and just get into the peace of the spirit, just get into the oneness and the holiness and the sacredness of you as a spiritual being, all the rest of that stuff will just come. It'll all just come. But as long as you seek it, you'll never get it. So that's why I said earlier that you have to go for what you want. You have to surround it by the feeling that you'll have once you have it. And that feeling is joy, it's grace, it's love, it's peace, it's happiness, it's achievement, it's self-confidence, it's all the things that God is. And at that point, you're in a spiritual life. So what we're going to do through this course is we're going to go step by step by step forward. And dear Dr. Joe, as you probably know well, is a scientist. So he has everything is logical and square cornered, and it works logically and mathematically, but it also works spiritually. And that's the miracle of what he teaches. And you're gonna find your way here, Mary. This is gonna be what you've been looking for. Thank you for being here. Someone else?
Brother Rob?
Yes, jump in there, my brother.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice to be back. I would like to I've been on this spiritual path with you for the past, year or so since we met you, and with Unity for a couple of years now. Um, you know, I've broken through the veil and seen what living in the light is all about, and finding my God self. And through this course, I love to manifest everything that me and all of my loved ones are worthy of, without being burdened by the fears of and doubts that have plagued me my whole life. Walk with my head held high in the light.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome aboard, my brother. It's so nice to see you again. Right on the heels of what you said, I want to say to all of us this, that what we're seeking is enlightenment. That's really truly what we're seeking, is enlightenment. And you know that that's true. We're all seeking enlightenment. But see, enlightenment is not a goal. It's not a place. It's a path. And so every day that you're on the path of enlightenment, you are enlightened. And those things, like your doubts and your fears and your remonstrations and your regrets, all of those things are pebbles or rocks or pitfalls along the path of enlightenment. And we come to them and learn to bless them and step over them again and again. And after a while, they're no longer impediments to our path. But always, always on the path of enlightenment, always there will be challenges. We were taught when we were little kids that when you die, if you were good and you didn't tell lies and you obeyed mommy and daddy, you would go to heaven, where everybody floats around on a cloud with harps and their streets paved with gold, et cetera, et cetera. As you grow older, you say, sounds pretty damn boring to me. It just sounds pretty boring. Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of heaven is here now. And we will move from life to life, from dimension to dimension. And I don't want to go into past or future lives right now. That's a huge subject that we can talk about, because it's not just I died and came back as Frank, or I died and came back as Joanne. It's that I was born again into a new dimension. We'll talk about that all at a different time. But the fact is that we are on an eternal path. It isn't just like when you were a little baby that you began your path, and that when you finally step off this planet and die, that you'll end your path. This is just one of the many, many paths that you have taken and that you are at this time taking. And this one, see, let me just follow up with this. We didn't come here to suffer. I don't care what anyone else said. I promise you, you did not come here to suffer. And if you're suffering, then something's not going right in your life or in your thinking. If you're driving your car down a long, straight road through the wilderness, and it's straight as an arrow, and it's night, and you turn off your lights, how will you know if you're still on the road? Oh, you'll know, won't you? Because things will get pretty difficult. And it's exactly the same way on the path to enlightenment. If you keep your heart light on, you'll see the path. If you turn your heart light off and you start thinking about your ego and yourself and your greed and your anger and your unforgiveness and your resentments and your self-doubts, then you find yourself off the path and you get beat up a lot. That's suffering, not necessary. The reason that it's painful is to tell you to get back on the path. And we're on the path now in this class. Excuse me. I have time for one more.
I'll go.
Please.
Hi, I'm Naomi.
Hi, Naomi. Nice
Hi.
to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you too. So I've been studying the book since December 21st, and alongside some close friends, and really pleased to learn that you're offering this group every Wednesday to further my understanding and open up to more community. That feels really good. And my intention in this working with this book is to release the beliefs of my past so that I can embrace my soul's will. And I know what my soul's will is, so it feels really good to be 43 and ready.
Good for you, Naomi. Good for you. How did you hear about this class?
Through my friends Taylor and Marin.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for coming. Thank you for trusting us enough to jump in.
Thank you.
Let's have one more. Someone,
Yeah, I'd like to go.
please, please, please.
Yeah, I came to this class because I can't do it on my own. I love the breakout rooms, the conversation. I learned so much and get so inspired by other people in the breakout room. And it's just amazing. And yeah, I know I couldn't do this by myself. I'd read the book and nothing would change because I'd say to myself, well, you don't know how to do it, or should I be doing it? I keep shoulding on myself. And yeah, so this way I listen to other people and get other, like with that last one, a class with Dee and her husband there in the breakout room. I just had a real light bulb moment. So yeah, I know I'll get a lot out of this. I'm so grateful that you're doing this. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you for coming back. Lori said something that sort of awoke a part of my brain up, and that's that we think with our brains, but we know with our hearts. Now, stay with me. That's not just an abstract statement. We think with our brains. Brains are logical, they're reasonable, but we know with our hearts. Hearts have 40,000 neurons. Brains have millions and billions of neurons. But the heart sends more information to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. The heart is an incredible area of wisdom and knowing. And in the evolution of us as human beings, when we came to the place where we opened that chakra, at the same time that we developed our limbic brain, we learned passion and love and the flow of love and passion. And that heart developed into an incredible center of wisdom that's not only linked to you as spirit and soul, but it is you as spirit and soul. But the heart has an energy that reaches out way around beyond. And that's kind of what Lori was talking about, is that when you're in the breakout room, what other people are feeling or saying moves you, brings you alive. And that's why we come together in this class, because other people growing wake me up, wake a part of me up. That energy that comes out of your heart is a frequency. And your frequency, like all frequencies, has information in it. All frequencies always have information in them. And when we master the ability to know, to use our natural knowing, as I said last Sunday in our service, to use your natural knowing, to use that wisdom of your heart, when we come to that place, then we change our lives. But we also change the lives of those around us, because we're all connected. We're all hooked together in this great energy, intelligent energy, or energetic intelligence. That, listen to me, that we call God. This energetic intelligence or intelligent energy that we call God, the creator of all is all. The creator of a grain of sand is the grain of sand. The creator is the created. You are the created, therefore you are the creator. And what you finally come to, if you follow the path of spirituality, is the undeniable truth that you are blessed and that you are divine. We're going to go to breakout rooms. And I'm going to tell you what I'd like for you to talk about in the breakout rooms. I want you to answer this question: how this course might change my life. There's two ways that works. How this course might change my life. And incidentally, that's me too. I've taught this course before, but I'm planning on it changing my life. I've taught it before and I'm still planning on it changing my life. How this course might change my life depends primarily on how much I'm willing to change. And change means how much I'm willing to let go of what I already think is true. How much I'm willing to let go of my opinions and my beliefs and my certainties and allow myself to be born again. That's one answer to the question, how might this course change my life? The other one is what you're looking for outside of yourself in terms of inspiration or wisdom. So we're going to go to breakout rooms. You're going to have some time there, but please stay on the subject. Don't wander off into other topics. The question is, how might this course change my life? Stay on that. Make sure that everybody gets equal time. If you feel like, excuse me, that you've got more to say than the time allotted, then let someone else go. And if there's time left, then you can come back at the end. Make sure everybody gets a chance to talk. But let's stay focused on this, because these breakout rooms, that's where the meat of this program is. So I'll let you go then.
Bob, I just want to say for those that are joining us this evening on YouTube that we have placed a link to Zoom in your YouTube chat window, which you can use to come through to the Zoom meeting that we are streaming to YouTube right now. And then we can also put you into a breakout room if you'd like. If not, we will be sort of stopping the stream for approximately 30 minutes. Is it 30 minutes tonight, Bob, for the breakout?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we'll be stopping the stream for about 30 minutes. And if you want to take care of other things and come back in 30 minutes, we'll pick up when we return. But we do stop the live stream during the breakout session. So if you'd like to join by Zoom, we invite you to click that link in chat. Otherwise, we'll see you back in 30.